Alright, in the last lecture, you are introduced to a new data type that is called dictionary, and it is widely used in Python. So this was not available in MATLAB, and I hope you got the very basic understanding of how to work with a dictionary, and you are also introduced some of the methods. Let's take a look at another one now. So this we have two dictionary here, D1 and D2. If you check the keys, this is DC and another one is expand, and in dictionary D2 we have same keys but with a different value and a new key. Okay, now let's do something like this. D11 is equals to D1 dot copy. So if you remember, this will create a shallow copy. That means since our dictionary is a mutable object, if I modify something in D11, this new copy, our original dictionary will not change. Okay, we want to preserve that one. Now say for example there is a new method that is called update. Okay. If I use this method on this in this dictionary D11, what I want to update, I want to update this dictionary with the values of D2, with the items of D2. Okay, so if I do like this, now try to check what the output looks like here. If you see D11, as you can see, previously DC had Batman the value, but since I actually mentioned it in the last lecture that a single dictionary cannot have two keys, it can only have one key, so the value gets updated to Superman. Okay, this X-Men that was previously available and this another item that was available in D2, that was Avengers, is enlisted here in D11. So I hope you got the idea. So this is one way to actually add two dictionary together. Now you may actually want to do something like this: D1 plus D2. This was the catenation operation, but it will not work on dictionary either. Okay, so the same thing, it was not working for your set data type as well, because this catenation operation only works on indexed operators like list or a tuple. You can use this, but in dictionary you cannot use it. Now one last thing, okay, before so there is another way to create a new dictionary. If I do like this, so say for example I want to this D1 and D2, I want to create a new dictionary X with the elements, with the keys of these two dictionary. We can do it like this way: D1 comma double asterisk D2. Okay, as you can see I have a new dictionary like this. This is called X. This double asterisk sign, this is actually called keyword arguments. Okay, you will probably sometimes have already noticed somewhere, that is KW args. Okay, this is called keyword arguments. Okay, I don't want to discuss it now. Okay, we'll if we have time we'll discuss about these things later in later lectures. So this is another way to join two dictionary together. You can join multiple dictionaries like this way. Okay, now moving on. So I hope you got the idea of how to work with a dictionary. Now let's try to take a look at a couple of examples so that you can understand how to apply this knowledge in practical problems. Okay, so if we go here, okay, so this is I will actually provide you with this thing. Before moving on, try to pause the video and go through what is written here. Okay, let me say something in short. The question is, I want to find the frequency of characters in the text. For example, this is the text that is given. Okay, I want to find out how many times each characters appeared. For example, how many times A appeared or B appeared or C appeared, like this. Okay, how to do that? Okay, so from your previous week's knowledge, okay, one way to do this using this count method, if you remember, we can use this count method on a text. Let's copy this one first, copy it here. Okay, so here we can keep track of our variables very easily. That is not possible in Jupyter. So if you remember, on a string we had this method called count. I can count the appearance of a particular element in this text using this. So if we write it here, as you can see, 9, that means A appeared 9 times in our text. Okay, so this way we can do it. but one drawback is that I have to do it for all the characters A, B, C, D, E, F, G one by one. Then there are some space, white space character. There can be some other characters like punctuation characters. Okay, so that would not be a good way to do it. One other thing is that is more severe is that each time when you are calling this method count, it is looping through the entire string, entire text to find out how many times A appeared. Then again for B, it is going through the whole string again. So the runtime, okay, the runtime is too much for this kind of operation. Okay, that is in the square level. Now, so a better way to do that would be to using dictionary. Okay, so how can we do that using dictionary? Now, what we can do in a dictionary is that we can define a key value pair. So we can do it like this way. We look through our text, keep track of all the characters that we come up with. For example, first W appears, we'll define it as a key in our dictionary, and the value is set to 1. Then we get E, define it as a new key. Okay, then H, 1 by 1. Keep going on. For example, A is defined as a key and the value is 1. Next time I get A again, I will just, since the key is same, I will just update the value of our key. From 1 it becomes 2, like this way. So don't worry about it, we can look into the code now. Okay, so how can we do this? Now first of all, we have to define a empty dictionary. To define empty list, we use the round brackets, the square brackets. To define a dictionary, we use the curly braces. Okay, this is the empty dictionary. I want to insert the values here. Okay, now let's run through a loop for I in text. Okay. The text is already defined here. Now it is defined, so I have this one here. So by this sign we can actually check whether we have the variable already defined or not. Okay, so for I in text, so this is the iterator variable, will take each element one at a time. What I want to do with the I want to check if I in out, if I is in our dictionary, if I is already a key in our dictionary. If you remember from our previous lecture, I said when you check like this way, it checks the keys, not the values. So this will check if this I, that means this W, is already a key in our dictionary or not. If we already have the key, what we want to do? We want to increase the value of that key. Plus is equals to 1. Okay, we increase the value. Else means if I, this key, for example W, was not in our dictionary already, if it was not in our dictionary, I want to define it as a new key. So I can do it like this way. Out of I is equals to 1. I just add the value, I just define it as assign the value 1 to this item, to this key. Okay, so our work is done here. Okay, so if you don't understand it now, try to pause the video and think about it for some time. Okay, now let's print our dictionary, print out. As you can see, W appeared twice, E appeared 14 times, this is the space appeared 18 times. So like this way we can actually check. So our code is working and we can actually check how many times each of the characters appeared. Now if you want to ensure that whether it is correct or not, we can do like this way. For example, sum of out dot values. If you remember, out dot values will return the values like this 2, 14 and 18. Okay, the sum will return the sum. Summation is 112, and we can match it with the length. So for example, length of our original text, if you check, this is also 112. That means the summation of this count is correct. Okay, so I hope you got the idea how you can actually check the frequency of the characters. Now there is another way to do that. Okay, using counter, using counter, that is from another module. Okay. We'll discuss it later. Now another thing is that sorting a dictionary. Now we already have the values. I have already written here, these are the values that we have, that we got. Say for example, what if I want to sort our dictionary, okay, from the highest level to the lowest, highest appearance to the lowest appearance? How we can do that? Now there is a simple way to do that using function. Okay, some of the function that will be defined in the next lecture, but within our knowledge, from within your knowledge from the last lectures, you can already do that if you think about it. So give it a time, but let me show you here. So if you remember, we can do something like this. So for example, x is equals to list of out is our dictionary dot items. If you remember from the last lecture, this will create a tuple. Okay, let's see. So this is creating a tuple of our elements, and this way. Okay, so now we can sort this x based on the second item of our tuple. Okay, so we can do like this. Using list comprehension, we can define like this. So I want to, by default, when I use the sort method, it sorts based on the first element. Okay, so for now we can do like this way. We can just, using list comprehension, we can change the order. So j comma I for I comma j in our x. Okay, let's print our x2. As you can see, now the order is changed. The second element becomes the first element. Now if I do perform like this, x2 dot sort, okay, so this will sort our x2, and this, since this is a list, this sort method will mutate our list directly. Okay, so if you check the x2 now, as you can see, it has sorted. Now what if we wanted to sort it based on the reverse method? There was another key, that is the reverse. We could do it that way also. Now be careful. Now we have to return a dictionary, since we wanted to sort this dictionary, so we have to convert our list of tuples to a dictionary again. So how we can do that? Now before we do that, so if I actually do that, see what actually happens. If I create this dictionary of x, so from converting a list to a dictionary, I can just write like this, a dictionary of list. It will automatically convert. But try to take a look. Sorry, x2. Here, as you can see, number of items in our dictionary has reduced. Why it is so? If you can guess, this one, that is the new key of our this x2, this is the key, and this has multiple appearances, so it will take the last appearance y. So it will taking the last appearance. This 2 is taking w only, the others are getting updated, okay, and removed. Okay, so we cannot do it this way, so we have to change the order again, change the order back to its natural state. So if I write like this, x22 is equals to, again, j comma I for I comma j in x2. Okay, let's print it. Now as you can see, now I have this this way the list is defined. Now if I convert this one x2 to, so as you can see, now I have this dictionary of all the elements. Okay, the inside data tuple is automatically converted to key value pairs using this dictionary command within this command. Okay, I hope you got the idea. This is one way to sort a dictionary. There is much more straightforward way, we'll talk about that later. So, and I hope you got the idea. Now one small thing that I want to show you, there is a library that is called collections. Let's import it here. Okay, so this is in module collections. Okay, so our original text was like this. Okay, so if I do something like this, collections dot counter, okay, this counter is a method. Okay, this counter is a method in this library, in this module. If I perform this, as you can see, it returns a counter object that automatically gives us the task that we are trying to perform. Okay, this is similar to a dictionary.